Hi, welcome back. It's underscore to back again. And a little bit we are just at a section of the traditional interior tribes to understand what's really coming out from this kind of the five sense of the time. I'm going to be diving into to understand what's really popping out, because today going to be today, tomorrow going to be another day. And here we are going to be starting this kind of the refreshment at this kind of the particular wait time. And before getting too much from further end or establishments, we're going to be understanding what's really popping out at this kind of the essence of the time. Here we are, talk about time. So what is time really coming to this kind of the way of today? This kind of the video going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one coverage that's going to be catering and understanding the tribe, which is more popular in this kind. We are in Kisumu, and much of the people knows it as the third biggest city in Kenya. Here we are, and it has been a long time before I could just bring this kind of the cultural norms and the culture to make sure that much of the things going to be coming at this kind of the time. We have already set the instrumentals and also much of the traditional ways of living and understanding the prompts and the way of getting forward. Here we are, we're going to be starting, but before we go further, we have the traditions. Talk about the people who are here, the aged people in the society are the ones to welcome you, and first talk about something very minute, small, so they can just know how to tangle and start up the five sense of the manner. Here we are. We have, I don't know if it's the old person here. Hi. How are you? I've recognized your presence. Here we are. Here we have even the traditional way of clothing here. Exactly. We want to be understanding really what's really popping out, and also have the mom. She's here. First, we have to start with the male gender first. Then we go to the female gender, and they're gonna be the people who are gonna be welcoming us at this kind of the moment. Very fantastic here. So here we are. Thank you very much, ma, for your side. Where do we start from? Because when a guest has arrived onto your own premises, where do you start from?
You start by dancing for them.
You start dancing. So the introductions is for you to dance. Very much fantastic.
We introduce ourselves first.
Oh, you introduce yourself.
Yeah,
That's what I have done already. You have introduced us, the one of the mothers of here. Exactly. So are you the first wife, the second or third? Because the premises shows even 3 wives.
Yeah, I'm the first.
Oh, you are the first. So you are the one to welcome all the visitors, because you have been upgraded with much of the way of making sure that you are the one to introduce everybody.
Yeah.
Very much, thank you. So you're gonna be having children. So I see much of the people, they are still waiting for this kind of the guests to arrive to their own areas, so they can just have this kind of the entanglement getting forward. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm welcomed. So
You're
how
welcome.
do you say in the greetings in the Luo? Talking about
Aruaki.
Aruaki. Welcomed you. Aruaki. Fantastic. So if it could be in our side, Korean. Do you know Korean people?
I know, but I don't know the language.
Oh, you don't know. But we are in Migori here. Yeah. We are Korean. We are the people who are just in the, we can call it Tanzania and Kenya. Exactly. So we say about karibu. Karibu is just a word that came from karibu in Swahili, but in Asemanga, you feel welcome.
Yes.
Karibu ndani. Yeah. Exactly. So guys, we're gonna be starting this kind of the video via getting this very single dance, and I think I'm gonna be now shaking. I don't know if there is bend over here, I don't know, but I know today is today. Let's check on it, and we're gonna be coming out. Exactly. So we have said that we're gonna be starting with the dance. So how? Oh, now that's yours. Now I don't know how you start it.
We have drums today.
to you live. Hey, I like this kind of the motive here. Even that's why there are not much of the aged people here. I like this. I like this. Exactly. I like that sound. Suseme mara moja. Hiyo sound ni? Hiyo sound?
Iko.
Unaitoaje? So fantastic. So guys, it was a little bit of an entertainment here, and I like this kind of the culture and how they're gonna be practicing this kind of their sorts of entertainment. This is gonna be a very fantastic at this kind of the rate, and I like about this kind of the nature, because everything has its own nature, and the norms, the customs has to be prevailed the way they're gonna be. And whenever it reaches to this kind of the site, I'm just at a place called the museum here in Kisumu a little bit. I had to come to the interior skirts of Kisumu so I can just get this kind of the nature, because it has not been there like the way you can just see how the arrangement of the house and home is and to the traditional way, but it differs with the difference between the cultures. Talk about the tribes, between the Korean tribe, the Luo tribe, and talk about much of them, Samburu, Masai, much of the ones that you can just entitle and entail in your own historic manner that you have ever gotten from it. So we have much of the things here. I think I've been told that this kind of the homesteads here, they're going to be having even granaries here entitled for the father and each and every kind of the person who is entitled to be here. And they're going to be not having much of the ancestors, because I have much of the things to come also from this kind of the time, so you can just have much of the things are recovered at this kind of the genotype. And I appreciate much of the moment, because I'm just getting a little bit of an entertainment, so I can just cherish with them and make sure that I'm just getting. The only thing that I've not been given here is a little bit of food. I don't know if they're going to be food. Is there food? No food. I saw smoke there, so no problem. I don't know, the food is no longer guaranteed here, but I was about to talk about it. Gonna be a little bit of food, so I can just test and know which kind of the food is just prepared with this kind of the culture. But everything is possible, and everything gonna be coming to you live, which is one-on-one. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Much of them gonna be coming to you one-on-one, and this is just the beginning. Much more coming and dropping in, and this is the beginning. Guys, I'm back to Kisumu town a little bit here, and I'm just having a little bit of some videos here coming out. I like the nature, because this kind of the area, it's very clean the way I just pose it here, and I like how the operation is and how everything is just running at this kind of an area. So it's just a little bit of the lectures and talk about the turning around to see how the city looks like from one position to another, from one zone to another, and finding it very good for me to have a very good leisure at this kind of the moment here. So very nice roads here, I like about it, and the business is there, and everything is just continuing as normal. And I like the matatu culture. This they call the matatu culture here, and they are very best, and also everything is just running as the way it has been. Wow. I like the motorbike, bro. Not the motorbike, the bicycles. Yeah, there's a time I came here and I just rode with somebody ride me with a bicycle. It was so soft, and no much of talk about noise pollution like the way you can hear the back side of me here. Much of the noise coming from each and every talk about vehicles here, so it's gonna be a little bit there. So that's very nice, and logistically very fantastic here. Kisumu Girls High School here. Wow. out from this Kisumu, it seems that there's no too much of vehicles. That's what I've just studied in Kisumu. It's not like in Nairobi. In Nairobi, like this highway is still vacant at the besides us here. If it could be Nairobi, it could be flooded with a lot of vehicles east, west and south here. But the good fact about Kisumu, there's no much of congestion like in other cities. I think it's because of very many people are coming from Kisumu also. They are just working in Nairobi, Mombasa, different kind of the counties, and also very different types. Because talk about the national government possesses us a lot of people. Talk about this kind of the politicians. Whenever you can see where now the roads are very busy in Nairobi, much of the politicians are passing. Talk about the PSS and each and every kind of the civil service. People are just passing through that kind of a position. That's why it could be so busy in terms of making sure that it could be the other way around. But here in Kisumu, it seems that because we're going to be having a little bit of the international airport, I think we have much of even here in Kisumu, we're supposed to have, it's called the houses, which are the affordable houses. I don't know in your country, I don't know if you have affordable houses here. Here in Kisumu, they are here also, and it's a mega project that the government portray to make sure they're going to be coming out very fantastic here. And that is a very good nature that you're going to be having at this kind of rate. So you can go and have some fuel, man. Yeah, you can go to the fuel here. We want to do something called fueling here and make sure we're coming from this kind of the site to talk about the museum. It was so nice and very characteristically very nice, and I like about it. Here we have to step down. I don't know why this kind of the character is there. I think it's because of they're talking about whenever we're going to be putting some fuel, and you think the bike can just explode a little bit. I don't know. At our place there, we don't have that kind of a culture, but everything is so fantastic here. So tell him to put you 500. Lipa na M-Pesa. Gonna be having some fueling here, so you can just have around. Buy goods. We have Lipa na M-Pesa, then buy goods. Have to buy goods here. Nataka kurekodiwa. Kwani hiyo sura yako inakaaje? Siko sawa? Kwani unaogopa kurekodiwa? Mbona unasema kwani hiyo sura inarekodiwa kweli? Thank you. Shwari. Jina yako. Jina something. Yeah, check something. Are you for real? Yeah. Kila kitu kwa sawa. Sina kiwa bana. Iko? Thank you. Yeah, we're just done here and everything is so fantastic at the petrol station here, and everything is just running very awesome at this kind of the rate here. So we are now moving to the home, so you can just feel the vibe also from home and make sure that everything is coming to you live, which is one-on-one, and everything will be so characteristically very fantastic at this kind of the rate here. Guys, the good fact about this kind of the city again is it's highly populated with much of the bikes, and a little bit cars and some vehicles here, a little bit not more than like the talk about the bikes are more over everywhere, and I think much of the outskirts of Kisumu are a little bit growing, I think it's about that one. And they are just a little bit growing because much of them are apartments and talk about the government premises. And much of the other sites are a little bit growing. That's the best because the border, the motorbikes are everywhere. It's they talk about 70% is bikes, motorbikes here. And I think to the central of Kisumu, that's where you have much of the bicycles, where the much of the bicycle. I think it's because of the government. There is too much levy. Talk about also tax whenever you're gonna be riding much of the bikes in the central of Kisumu. That's why we have much of the bicycles there, so they can just have minimization of the noise pollution. That's the best way. So that's why I was ever talking about here. Today is on Sunday, and very early in the morning I had a good dundu. There's churches that are always beating much of the drums, and I like them. I don't know when I will just find one day getting there and shooting a video, and we dance properly. I like that kind of the church. In terms of dancing, they're forever. They are very fantastic here, and that is the real thing that is always coming out from this kind of an area. So yeah, we have Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Technical Referral Hospital here. So I've ever been hearing this kind of the institution since ever years, because it's an old institution here. Gathering much of the medications to much of the people, and also even operation. Talk about the real life. A person is going to be dying there and being operated there with the student. That's going to be very fantastic here. So that's the good moment here. And I think Kisumu, the way I'm just elevating it, it's just much of the businesses are talk about alongside the road. And after that one, each and every sector, apart from the CBD of Kisumu, I think it's bestly reallocated with the much of the government premises. Talk about offices and schools and institutions, and also the government premises are just equipped somewhere. So it's just how much of the business are attached from the sides. Talk about from the sides of the walls here, and also sides the highway here. That's where much of the businesses are just attached. Like you can just see at this kind of the position, much of the business are attached alongside the road. But in a way that you can just get a big brand business, it's no longer available. It's just roads. I think they're just directing it somewhere where it's gonna be very fantastic. Even the road is very clear. That's why I've talked about Kisumu doesn't have very many vehicles, and I think it's because of it's not highly populated like Nairobi, because Nairobi is highly populated very much, and that is the real fantastic way. And I like about this kind of the roundabout here. Wow, the sugar canes here are passing like a safari rally here. Wow. This is now Kondele, one of the craziest towns here, places. Very aggressive and brutal area. So right now, whenever somebody saying you are dead. This is one of the craziest areas. Very aggressive areas. It has very aggressive people. Because I don't know, it's because of the motherhood or whatever, but this kind of an area is a no-go zone, very dangerous. Right now there's not much of the people, but something occasionally happens, pop, you will see fire without smoke here. So this is the only feared area in Kenya. Whenever you hear that in Kisumu, somewhere called a Kondele, this is Kondele on itself. In Kisumu, yeah. And it's just a part of you can even see there's not much of the people or the businesses venture, but whatever comes, it's the feared area. Talk about burning in the road. Hey, these people are, and they're just staying besides the sections here. Whenever anything can happen, you will see them evolving from each and every kind of the space that you have never seen, and they will just bomb and mob just lies you like it's a party rally. So that's the nature about this kind of an area. So I like this kind of the space here. Wow. Mambo leo migosi. The script is here. So here in Kisumu, do you have how do they call hii sehemu ya kutupa matakataka? Kwar hizo makwa hizo manani
hizo nazitanga aje hizi
campsite hazina kuanga na watu wanaokota.
Watu wanaokota.
Oh. Yeah, I was asking about even in Kisumu if they have some of the campsites here, and they are available. And one day, whenever we'll be coming back, you will take me there. Yeah, one day we're gonna be coming back to check on the dump site, so I can just help 1 or 2, 3 people there a little bit to make sure they're gonna be acclimatizing themselves in their life. I understand it's a way of helping each other, so you can just whenever you have it today, you don't know what tomorrow. You have to give also the people who are always not having, so they can just appreciate and know that everything is just moving forward, and that's the best way of it. And so here we are just heading to Kakamega.
Yeah,
this is going to Kakamega.
Kakamega Road.
Kakamega Road.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way up to Kakamega, or it goes to it's just a two-way. These are one way and the other way.
Yeah.
So it's that way up to Kakamega.
This one, yeah.
Oh.
Kakamega.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk about this kind of the lady called M. Carol, wherever you are, with our lady called on trending. I don't know if this is the road to your area from Kisumu. That's where I am. And you can even check from the other the skirts over here and the real fantastic model of getting forward here. So M. Carol, wherever you are, maybe I'm gonna be coming to Kakamega or Busia. Is he going to Busia also? From Kakamega to Busia?
Not Busia, Bungoma.
No, Busia.
Busia.
Busia. Which one is going to Busia?
The one is the road that's going to up to Busia is at town.
Oh, it's in town.
Yeah, in town.
Oh. So, but can you get out from Kakamega to Busia also? I think there's a way, yeah?
It's like there's a way.
There's a way. Exactly. So guys, this kind of the area here, that's where the investment of companies are. And this is where now much of the companies are coming to invest outside of Kisumu a little bit. And also there's a railway passing through here. And I don't think I wanted to go out of Kisumu with a rail, but due to any condition or circumstance, I'm heard that it's called SGR.
Yeah.
Here in Kenya, it has not yet reached this kind of the point to go to Nairobi direct. But I'll know which corner of the way. Maybe I'm gonna be taking an aeroplane, so they can just board it and leave with an immediate effect. Everything is possible. There's no much of a contemplament coming on. So everything gonna be coming to you live, which is one-on-one. Keep it on, keep it relaxing and enjoying the vibe. Here we are. It's very sunny. It's a very sunny day. Here we are. I think much of the people are talking about in the UK is always very sunny, and wherever you're coming from, thank you very much. Let's be pointed and make it happen. Thank you very much. Let's go with it. But the roads are so dry, very dry, very dry. I think it's because of the economy also. Exactly. The economy is very bad. Whatever you see. Is there much of the people here? I don't see even much of the parking. Economy is bad. Kenya Revenue Authority, you can never get somebody there, man. Huh?
It has not started to work.
Oh, it has not yet started working. Kenya Revenue Authority, you can never get some people there, man. People fear revenue. You can never get people there. Exactly. That's the real fact. So that's the way movement, guys, that we are just doing, and also we are just rushing home a little bit to make sure that we are just relaxing. It has been a crazy moment and a crazy way of us having this kind of the day getting forward, and I appreciate much of the movement that has been there to make sure that we are just tangling and making it happen. So keep it on, keep it locked. Gonna be coming back to you in another seconds, so we can just have other things to get forward. We are getting to the roundabout here, that now we are getting where I'm living. It's gonna be worse. It's very, very, I want to prepare myself. Whenever you see this one here, I'm just preparing myself. And vehicles are coming like a safari rally from me behind. And it's a new road construction here. And it's very, very, talk about, yeah, better. Guys, it's very dusty here. And I was about to talk about, we're gonna be following that road. Hey, it was very, very dusty, very dusty. But we have to make it happen. You can even see right now. A person can come from home, and whenever you reach here, you find yourself looking like from the past.
And you will be wondering yourself, hey, my living God, where am I heading yet? I'm just already tough-headed and there's nothing. It's just, so you will look awkward. But everything is possible, and that's why you see I'm just having this, because I'm affected with much of the flu also. So I have to protect myself. But the people who are living here, they understand it's a strategy, it's a way of having the living standards getting forward. Sawdust. Hey. And they're just constructing a new way. Talk about a new brand, a road here. That's just, I think it's a bitumen road, which is a macadam road, not the Roman road. You understand, in Kenya also we are following those kind of the roads that were formulated in the ancient time. Talk about the macadam road, the Roman road, but this one here is an A, which is a grade A, and B1, grade 1, B1. And the DQ is reading a lot of money, so I think it's a very good investment here that the government has produced here, billions of money, to make sure that it's gonna be, people gonna be eating and putting into the stomach very nicely. Exactly. So, but the road is very dusty. Let me get to where now the dustiness is. And today is on Sunday. Still, we have much of the churches working at this kind of the rate of the time, but we have to go forward as far as everything is in concern. Exactly. The road is very wide constructed, and it's a, I think it's a 3-way going, like a 3 or a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-way, yeah? Yeah, it's a 4-way. It's because right now you can never see much of the vehicle passing here, but whenever it gets in the evening session, you will get a lot of vehicle. I don't know, I think it's because much of the people are coming from their job or wherever they're just working. I think something like that one. And it's always flooded with a lot of vehicles here. And you can see the construction is still underage and undergoing. And we have the goats here, they're relaxing and getting their own momentum here. Very nice. Exactly, that's what they have just reached. Now from this kind of the zone here, you have to have a protective clothes here, protective gears here, to make sure that from this kind of the side, somebody can pass like a safari rally. Then you'll find yourself covered with a cloud of dust, and we'll just be wondering. We are cladding in white, but whenever you reach out to your home now, we find you are yellow. It's something very awkward.
Or brown.
Or?
You'll find yourself brown.
Very brown. That's nature, and we have to understand. But that's the life here, and I think from tomorrow they're going to be watering this kind of the area. Yeah. And even we have some of the animals here, like about this kind of the nature. A person can decide to talk about, let me not have this kind of the cows to my home, let me get them to the town. And they'll still eat and have their own things to do at this kind of the rate.
And those cows are usually sleeping there at night.
Yeah, that's why
they usually sleep on the road.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying somebody can decide to take his own home from cows from home and bring them to town. And you just protrude to talk about you're gonna be harming them. You receive fire without smoke. The government protects them. That's the nature. But whenever I don't know, much of the people fear even to hit them in the road, because they will just give you much of the complications here. And that is Kenya. You have to understand. I don't know if in your country it's so low is available. You can even meet with a huge crowd of talk about ships. You can see, guys, the road now is looking awkward. A person cannot know that the people are passing here. They pass forward. Hey, and I don't know if this kind of the constructor gonna be bringing much of. I think he waters the road. Yeah, sometimes it sprinkles water, so it can just reduce the dust. You can imagine today they're not working, and how the dust will be ever evolving coming out of this kind of the site. And now I understand that now tomorrow again people are there also. So what is going to be evolving is something which will be chaotic, and people here think they are so sick. Do you have dispensaries here?
Yeah, we have got dispensary.
I think they have so many people.
Yes.
Attending there because of this kind of the dust, eh? Yeah, and also more so the children. I don't know how they're just. Sometimes we have to look at it very keenly. Now this is just a quarter. Now we are going to another one, which is now the worst. But we have to make sure that the life comes in also, and that is the nature. Yeah, I like this kind of the people who are wearing this kind of the clothing, the white clothing, guys. Even the people who are having the wives who are going to that kind of the church, you will never disappear because they will know that you are coming from church. You will never go to talk about maybe you have a date. You will never go in Sunday. That's the good thing about this kind of the church. The husbands are 100% protected with that church because always you have to wear white when you are going to the church. So you can never come out from there and somebody gets you coming from the guest. You will tell them where you are coming from also. So that's a very good, and this is the only denomination that is always protruding with 100% faithfulness, because from church you have to go home. It's not like the others. You have to come from church, pass through the guest, and also have your own 2-3 shenanigans and go back home. That's gonna be something awkward. But here, you are protected. Your wife is protected 100% with the clothing, even the men. Whenever you are just in such kind of an attire and then you find yourself from the guest, somebody is going to be wondering where are you coming from. So it's something that even the churches sometimes they sat down and discussed this kind of an issue because they knew, I think I'm going to be getting the history of this kind of the church. It's the one that always sing in church, and even the burial ceremony they carry the casket on their heads to make sure that they are just delivering the casket home with the body inside. And that's very good in terms of that kind of the people, how they just make it. And I like about it. One day I'm going to be bringing that kind of the denomination one-on-one to make sure you're going to be understanding the strategy of how you're going to. So these are just the dancers, the way they just clad in red. Whenever you see the red one, that's a dancer. And I like about that one because it's a very good nature also. So the roads here, a little bit talk about the just outskirts of Kisumu, and it's still in Kisumu because it's a county. Yeah, the good thing is about that one. It's like somebody talks about is in Nairobi, but you are outside there. Talk about Mulolongo. You are outside of Nairobi. So, but you are in Nairobi. The good thing is in the village, much of the people know that you are in Nairobi. Also, it's like here in Kisumu. Even where I am, I'm in Kisumu because it's in a county. That's the best way of it. But I had to select a house which is very far away from the town to make sure that I minimize much of the noise also, and I want a cool area that doesn't have much of the implications such kind of the way. So that's the way we're gonna be making it happen and ringing out of this kind of the position. So everything is so fantastic, guys, and I like about this kind of the nature, and I talk about. Thank you very much. Everyone has been tuned and locked in and watching the video from entire space you are, making sure that we're gonna be checking it one-on-one, and I'm gonna be broadcasting live, coming to you in every kind of the section. And I'm gonna be flying to Nairobi a little bit to check on other things that are gonna be coming on and on, because I have a mission to perform, and the mission is the key, because today was the weekend and I was finishing the Sunday weekend, so you can just have other things to come on and on because of the duty has called, so you can just move. I saw yesterday much of the people are talking about Oginto. I saw a video with Mayani. Mayani had communicated, I think he has communicated it good, and we're gonna be looking forward to make sure that other things are coming which are so fantastic and fantabulous at the same time at this kind of the rate. So I appreciate everyone who has been part of the team and locked in to support and make sure that we are moving forward from this kind of the position. A little bit my days are getting off from this kind of a site, but I'm gonna be giving you where next, at which kind of the rate, or at which kind of the moment we're gonna be moving from one place to another and enjoying the session, because we are there to enjoy and make it happen. So it's just from town, it's a 25 or 26 drive until we reach at this kind of the moment, and I appreciate because we're gonna be a part of the team and we move together as a team also. So keep it tuned. I think now I've just reached the point, so I have to get my like a mask, so I always carry this kind of the stuffs to make sure that everything is coming to you live, which is one-on-one. So keep it enjoying, and fantastic module. And this is just the reaching of the position, and keep it tuned, and we're gonna be coming back together as a one. So keep it locked. Yeah man, Konki the Babylon, his last Yan Mafai is here. Hey, where are you? I want to sit down here, relax with you. They don't need much of them. They are playing there, they are everywhere. I like this nature, and it's mesmerizing in a way that
you feel comfortable, and you can have that kind of a small fear coming from in, but not the one that can just trigger you not to have. And I like the babies here, and nothing can just catch the babies. The babies are the ones that are protected first at that kind of the rate of the moment. And I like about they are just separated. The gentlemen, Konki the Babylon, the gentlemen are here. Konki the monkey Rasta, Wagwan. Wow. And I like the nature. Look at how the nature is. Very fantastic. Hey, Rasta monkey. Wagwan. Konki. Don't fear, man. What's up? Here we go. Here it is. Hey, come on. Rasta monkey. Hi. Wagwan. Konki the Babylon. I like them here because they are just wondering what's really popping out, man. And here is the Rastaman Konki the Babylon, his Lassian monkeys. We are here surviving in the street of the gentleman of Nya. Talk about Kisumu here, and relaxing is always guaranteed. Yeah man, yeah man, yeah man. And the nature is very fantastic here, and there are so many. I think the monkeys are the ones that are diversely taking over the game, because they are outskirts of from the zoos, so as they can just feel the vibe outside here. Let me check if I've seen the gazelle somewhere. The trees are more fantastic. Still a picnic in front here, but I see much of the steps here. Take a log. Yeah, I have to take a log so that I can just be with it here a little bit. Guys, there's a time we came here, me and Marwa, Rosio, but we never reached this kind of the site. I don't know why, but what I know is this is a relaxing area. If you want to relax also for a picnic, very relaxing area. You can just come here and relax and get yourself. Yeah, so everything is so fantastic here. So I think I got the road. I think we have also the ocean has come to this kind of the outskirts of this kind of the site here, and wow. So we have this area. Several years ago it had been occupied with the lake. So right now it's just a very okay at this kind of the rate, and oh, now it is done. Fantastic. So the pavement here of walking, oh, the gazelles, they are here. Wow, the gazelles, they are here. I want to be checking on them. Woo! Got myself being chopped. Oh my god, this stuff here has a problem here. I think I'm chopped from inside. I'm gonna be checking what's really popping out. Let me check. Wow. It's there. guys, have been chopped with a stick from inside, so I had to remove the stick. Here is the stick here. It has chopped me, so my leg is now aching. Wow. But the road here is so watery, so I have to. They have put here some of. I think I've seen the gazelles here, and they are inside here. Let me check on them. They saw me and they turned back like safari rally. I think they have run. They are so scary. I don't know where they are right now. They have been scared a little bit. They have run. Wow. Sunset picnic site. This is a sunset picnic site. So whenever we're gonna be the site gonna be the sun gonna be ending. So I think the area goes inside here and comes to the other side. This is the lake that's just at this kind of the point. So let me check. And from here you can hear the voices from the aeroplanes and much more from this kind of an area. Wow. It's a big road that even tourists pass if you have some of the vehicles while you want to go to the sunset there and much more. But I'm scared with such kind of the bigger trees here because they might be having maybe snakes, maybe something like that one. But they should be have. I think the people are just interrogating and checking on how the environment is. They could have notified people that we have maybe infectious snakes, maybe such kind of things. Gazelles are here. Let me check the gazelles.